Hello. My name is Mdala. I'm a second year student at the DMI University, studying diploma in social work. My registration number there is 21 311 201019. Modi code is 252 ES45. I came with a presentation regarding the module title, Environmental Science, whereby I will explain on how socio-economic challenges to the energy transition, and also we are going to look on issues such as resource materials for new energy. We are going to look also how poor implementations or energy policies can be in a socio-economic trap. For example, phasing out of nuclear reactions in Germany due to climate actives to end up relying too much on Russia and the Middle East suppliers. And we'll cruise and we'll see to the proposals for an ordinary transition. So let's firstly look at the socio-economic challenges to the energy transition. The economic challenges to the energy transition. The transition to a sustainable energy system faces various socio-economic challenges, of which I have some issues related to the energy resources. The first challenge is of cost and affordability. The initial investment and ongoing costs of renewable energy technology can be significant barrier to widespread adoption, whereby the renewable energy costs have been decreased over time. They may still be higher, and the traditional fossil fuel based on energy resources in some cases. This cost differentiate can pose challenges for individuals, businesses, government, transition to the renewable energy. Even the stakeholders can face those kind of problems. Another challenge is that of technology development challenge. The deployment of new energy technologies such as advanced solar panels, wind turbines, and the energy storage system. They face challenges related to what? To the research transition problems. Another problem is of energy access and equity. This ensuring equitable access to clean, affordable energy for all populations is a critical challenge. Energy transition initiatives must consider the needs of disadvantaged communities, both in developed and developing countries. As we are talking of developed countries, we are talking of countries that are developed long time ago, long time centuries, long time years, the back years. And the developing countries are just the countries that are developing now. And we have some countries like even Malawi. We cannot talk of Malawi as a developed country. Malawi is a developing country. So these countries might face challenges of transition. Point number 5, they says of material sourcing and supply chain. The production of renewable energy technologies such as solar panels and wind tubes, we are talking of batteries, we are talking of requires various materials that can be affected with a transitional challenge. These materials including rare earth elements, like lithium, cobalt, we have others like aluminium, we have others like gold and whatsoever. It ensures responsible resources and mining environmental and social impact. Material extraction and process crucial. Point number 7 is of policy and regulatory frameworks. This is all about developing supporting policies and regulatory frameworks, whereby it is also crucial to facilitate energy transitions. We have governments need to establish clear and consistent policies that incentivize renewable energy investments, to promote research and development and provide long-term market signals. So, lack of political will also bring the challenge to the transition on economic issues. The second task we'll see on how poor implementation of energy policies can be a socio-economic trap, whereby we are going to look on phasing out nuclear reactions in Russia and Germany. That is in the Middle East suppliers. So it says that a poor implementation of energy policies can be indeed lead to unintended consequences and create a socio-economic trap. Therefore, they can provide the phases out nuclear reactions in Germany and even subsequently relying heavily on energy imports from Russia and the Middle East illustrate some potential challenges. So here are a few ways in which the scenario can be seen as a socio-economic economic trap. The first one is energy security and dependence. The energy imports from specific regions can compromise a country's energy security, in the sense that, for example, in Germany, if the country heavily relies on Russia and Middle Eastern suppliers, it may face a vulnerability to the geopolitical tension. Secondly, we have trade imbalances. On trade imbalances and economic impact, it disproportionate reliance on energy exports can also be a lead to a trade imbalance, as a significant portion of a country's financial resources goes towards the purchasing energy from the foreign suppliers. Just to mention a few, the challenges that can Russia and Germany to have as actives to end up to relying too much Russia and the Middle East. So let's cruise to any proposal for an ordinary transition. Certainly, here are some proposals for an elderly energy transition. 1, comprehensive planning. They have to make a comprehensive planning. This is a long-term plan. So, to deal with this problem, they need to have the long-term plan, whereby they must outline the steps and timeline of the energy transition. These plans should consider various factors. 1, demand. How demand is that particular transition. Renewable energy potentials, infrastructures, requirements, job creation, social impact, and so on. Number 2, is the diversification of energy source. This is to promote the diversification of energy source to reduce dependence on a single type of what? Of energy. This includes investing in a mix of renewable energy technology like solar, wind, hydro, so on and so forth. So such natural gases. There are some natural gases that also been affected by this proposal or ordinary transition. Last but one, we are going to look at infrastructure development. This is to invest the development of energy infrastructures, including smart grids, energy stores, and electric vehicles, or the charging vehicles network. We should not use the cars that are producing more gas that can pollute our air and environment. So to avoid that, we have to use vehicles that will be charging as a network. Lastly, is a policy stability and supportive framework. This is also establish a stable supportive policy frameworks that provide clear signals and incentives for renewable energy investments. And this includes feed and tariffs, tax, grants, and you have a long-term power purchase agreements. To wind up, an ordinary transition requires careful planning. It requires a careful planning whereby it needs a collaboration. We have to collaborate for us to fulfill the transition. Without a collaboration, we can face more problems. And we have to phase approach to ensure smooth and sustainable shift to clean energy future. That's a very, very important point. By considering the economic, social, environmental aspects, and elder transition can minimize benefit, can minimize disruptions, can create more resilient and sustainable system energy. That is all about my presentation, whereby we were looking at proposals for an ordinary transitions. We were looking at how poor implementation of energy policies can be socio-economic trap, phase out in Germany due to climate activists, depending on Russia, that is on Middle East. And also we have looked at the socio-economic challenges to energy transition, including issues such as sources of materials for energy. This is marked the end of my presentation. I thank you for your attention, for your listening, and for your time. Thank you. Thank you.